I didn't know that I had lost my way. Thought everything was gonna be okay, but life was empty. I filled it up and carried on. The pain kept coming, I was going down. I held so tight, kept falling to the ground. I knew I had to change, I knew I had to let it go. And now I found a better way to wash the ego pain away. And then I found the words to say, I am divine, I am divine. It's always been there, it will never go away. I am divine. I feel so free, remember every day. The moment all the pain was washed away. I shine so bright now, and I want everyone to know. You've got this living deep inside you too. And it's so easy just to feel brand new. Commit surrender to your divinity within. And then you'll see a better way. Things you don't need will fall away. Your eyes will open and you'll say, I am divine. I am divine. It's always been there, it will never go away. I am divine. Oh, I am divine. I am divine. It's always been there, it will never go away. I am divine. It's always been there, it will never go away. I am divine.
Okay, welcome.
Yes, welcome. For sure.
A little tech difficulty, but that's okay. We can't see you guys yet. Tech team's working on the big screen. So what's going on with you, bud?
What's going on with me?
What's going on with you?
Oh, well, uh, I've been working on the Supreme Godhead. I'm doing that now for 6 weeks or so, 2 months. So there's never a dull second of deep, unmeasurable, immeasurable energy happening. I'm having a little difficulty being in the 3D world. I have to be straight on that one. It's almost like I need someone to tell me my name. And remember, I have to eat, those kind of things. And yeah, it's so constantly adjusting to that major shift in consciousness. One of the things that stands out for me the most is the sensitivity that comes with this. It's like that. And then surprises. So like we were coming back from, where were we last night? Doesn't matter, somewhere in the vehicle. And there's big gates out front. And so I had to stop the vehicle and the truck, and while we're waiting for somebody to come to open the gate, there was maybe 8, 6, 7, 8 kids came running over to the door, and they just went on, yeah, like just for 10 minutes. Like
Maybe 3, but
oh, is it only 3? Anyway, seemed like a long time, and just wow, and then just connecting to the light. Just connecting to the light. And that's beautiful. I loved kids responding to that, and there's no words I'm saying. There's no words I'm saying there other than responding to them, but they respond first to that light. And that's what we're here for. And that's not Jamie and I here for. It's like that's what you and I are here for, is to be in our light and shed that light. And so it's like, okay, right now the sun's out. Nice and bright here. Really bright. Well, that's the way our light inside needs to be, is this brightness, so that others can see and come out of the darkness, come out of the fear and the toxicity and all of the symptoms that are created from being in such a dark place. And there's gradations of that, but you can also do a quantum leap. And that's the wonderful thing. I work with I worked with Sam yesterday. And you know, when people get my process and then they come back, either they're somebody that's working in the system or as a volunteer or like something like that, the ego creates these protective mechanisms to try to stop you, try to you know, figure out a way to stay alive in that person's energy field. And almost exclusively what I found is that that trickery is the ego finds a way to turn against the light. That's what it does. That's how it does it. It's like finding that way to, you know, give up the light and be in the dark, and it's okay. and it even makes sense to that person until, like with Sam yesterday, I just kept asking questions and said, oh my God, that's what I've been doing. And that's not just Sam, that's like almost everybody. I'm sorry, everybody. And that's what it is. It's like, yeah, I'm going to protect myself by making sure I have a phobia of whatever that is, because I will die if I do that. But what's happening is the death piece is the die to the ego. The ego is going to die, but it has the person convinced that they're going to die if they're in this, we'll call it light, as far as general. But it's like, yeah, if I let go of being, let me see, what would be, oh yeah, like if I let go of abandonment, I will lose love. That, like, I'm just making that one up because that's a common one. So it's like, yeah, I will lose love if I'm in my light. And that's the crazy way that it has of tricking the person subconsciously, and they do it slowly. It does it slowly, lots of times. Congratulations, team. Way to
Well
go.
done.
Way to go.
Hi, Tiffany. Tiffany says she loves the intimate setting.
So do I, Tiffany.
Yes, as do I.
I don't even see Tiffany's name on there.
On the left.
Okay. Right. Yes. So we made that adjustment to put it in this environment, which I really like, for sure. So anyway, so lots going on, that's for sure. And then figuring out the whole piece around my relationship and what I'm going to do there. So let's see what happens.
We will indeed. Paul says he had another aha moment. The ego is in grief.
Yeah, yeah, let it stay there, Paul. Yeah, good place for it. Yeah.
I see some new names on the list here, so before we get too deep,
yeah,
scare them away with the phobia of the light. We have an intro video that Don did, just explaining the instant and permanent transformation that you can experience with us in this community. So we'll play that video real quick so that we
Good
catch
evening,
up
good afternoon, good morning. My name is Don Smith. That's Don with 2 N's. And I'm here to share with you what I've developed over 44 years that I call IAMDIVINITY. I say that I am divinity because I'm divine and so are you. No matter what you've done and what you haven't done, you are divine, you always were, and you always will be. And it gets all covered up. And so all of those trips to the personal developments and all of those things, and they don't hold. And did you ever question yourself? Instead of just going back and getting the next one and the next one and the next one and none of them hold? Well, there's a reason for that. A very big reason is because you're working at a belief level of who you think you are. That's what beliefs are, both negative and positive. They're who we think we are. So going from a negative belief to a positive belief is not the answer whatsoever. It's about the knowing of who we truly are. There's knowing. It isn't a belief. And so all of these ideas of doing this and all of those trips to the wherevers, it's like dealing with a piece of something. But this is not a piece of anything. This is the total knowing of who you are. And what I've developed over this 44 years is a process that's instant and it's permanent. Now, the permanent comes in by you doing something for holding it. But I'm telling you, there's people have this for years, and it's instant. And how do I say that with such boldness? Well, put it in the category of a phobia. 90% of the population has a phobia of something. Bugs, snakes, rats, heights, water, whatever. And my question to you is, how long did it take for you to create that phobia? Yes, you're right. 1 instant. And yet everybody questions me about that. And yet that's all it took. 1 instant. So now, what I did was I reverse engineered near-death experiences and phobias to find out how they worked, and I reverse engineered it. So if you can create a phobia in a second, and most times it's before the age of reason, which is 4, 5, 6. Think about that. At that young of an age, that in 1 second you created a lifetime phobia. Well, it's a lifetime phobia because you're holding on to it for protection. That's how the ego works. It's going to get you to hold on to something that's harmful for you so it can keep you aware in case it happens again. That's how toxic your ego is. And it's not your ego, it's the ego. Sorry, my mistake. Because you are much more than an ego. And so it's what it's about is if you create it in a second, why would it take any longer than a second to reverse it if you knew how you did it? That's what I do. That's one of the pieces. And then the other is the permanentness of it all. Well, I'm going to ask you a question. What color are your eyes? What color are those eyes of yours? Now you tell me how long you had that color. Yeah, your whole life. That's permanent. Would you agree? But look at the permanentness of a phobia. You had it from age 4 to 84. That's 80 years. You'd think that was permanent. But it was created in a second, and you can reverse it in a second. So it's not. That's what I'm saying. So that's what we're talking about. Something that's instant, something that's permanent, and it's about who you truly are. Your divinity, your divine. Don't ever forget it. Always remember it. And all of these other things are happening because you have an attachment to the personal development system of beliefs and changing a belief from a negative to a positive. It's not going to hold. It will not hold. Yes, there will be improvements. Congratulations on doing that. That's searching. I'm talking about a shift from this to a shift from this. Who we're not to who we are. And then doing a simple exercise. Takes 5 minutes, 3 times a day to hold it. And there you have it. That's it. That's who you are. That's why it's like the color of your eyes. The color of your eyes has been that way all this time, and you still have that color. Well, it's the same. Who you truly are is permanent. Who your beliefs are not, because it's not true. No matter how much you believe, the negative or the positive about those beliefs, they're false. And so, I'm here to share with you to go on a journey under 2 hours. Now I'm talking about, like I've worked with 15 different pro athletes or Olympians, okay? That's just in sports. And then mega billionaires, millionaires, and health, cancer. You know, one guy, yeah, I met him in the garbage room in Vancouver. I opened up the door and there he is. And he's so gray and he's humped over and he's like, you think he was going to die any second. I said, holy shit, man, you don't look too good. What's going on? He said, oh, I got prostate cancer. I've had it for 16 months. I've had 32 radiation treatments. And I don't know how much time I have. I said, don't listen to that bullshit. Can I ask you a few questions? Within that 15 minutes, I had asked him all these questions. And all I knew about him was his name was Al. 3 weeks later, I get a call from him. This same guy. He said, hi, Don, this is Al Valjanic. I met you in the garbage room 3 weeks ago. Yeah? Well, I don't have any cancer. Now, I could fill this room with those stories. Fill this room with those stories. And you can access this magnificent, powerful, divine energy called IAMDIVINITY. And what's natural about it, it matches who you truly are. That's the key. Isn't that exciting? Isn't that exciting that you will know who you are and it will override and supersede who you think you are? Now, if you're tied up with that persona that you've developed, in a second, I might add, and kept it all this time, like I just worked with a guy that when he was 9, his mom died, and he decided to harden his heart. And he hardened his heart for the next 40 years. And that's what all his issues were about. We went back, cleaned that up, boom, it's gone. All the symptoms were all gone. That's how easy it is, and that's how simple this is. So if you want to continue with your hard work and all of those kind of things, and going back and paying for this again, that again, and this again, and the counseling and the therapy and coaching and all of that, go ahead, by all means. But if you want to be free free to be you, free to be who you truly are. And those eyes, every time you look in the mirror, it will remind you how magnificent you are. And that's how this process is about, whether it's in an individual or whether it's in group. And I welcome you to join us in this journey of raising humanity's consciousness from its existing 210 to 700. That's right, you heard it right. 210 to 700. So it's an awesome journey. We're looking for 100 that are willing to go to 700 to raise humanity's consciousness. So I welcome you, and I'll see you on our journey.
Well, that was interesting.
In what way?
Well, to give people some context, the consciousness scale goes from 0 to 1,000, and 85% of the population is under 200. And typically, the average human in a lifetime raises 5 points on the scale.
Yep.
Imagine going from 100 to 105. Meanwhile, who you truly are is 700 and above, 700 to 1,000 on the human level.
Yes. Yes. So there you have it. There's that.
There you have it.
Um,
So I remember before the process, I was hanging out at 125 on average. Yeah,
yeah.
slave to all my addictions, the infinite list of those.
And I grew up in the 30, 20 and 30, guilt and shame.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's the Catholic program.
Yeah, the Catholic program. Yeah. Yeah. That was, yeah, fear. All of those lower vibration ones.
Yes.
Not even close to the red line. First red line. Yeah. And so was all your neighbors. So was all the ones that were in the church. You know, the church, the school, are all in that area. Yeah.
Well, you don't have to look much further than the past few years with the C word, to how many people were attracted to the level of 100
Yeah.
in pure fear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
And kudos to the toxic people that did it. It's like, hey, everybody's afraid of dying. So let's create something that gives them the fear of dying so that we can do this. You know?
yeah, there is a lot of programs being sold at the level 100 very successfully.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So that's not what this is about, and most wouldn't will, you know, it's like get scared away at such dramatic differences. I mean, even the one off instant. Like I know people that have, like one guy, I was in on Prince Edward Island at the time in Charlottetown. I had a little office up there on Grafton Street and or University Avenue, yeah. And this guy came from Toronto, and he was had these phobias, and he had them for 10 years. He was going to a therapist for 10 years. We started at 10 o'clock and we were finished at 11:15 and we're all gone. Like, how do you compare them? You know, I had a doctor, Carmody. He had like a couple of big phobias, and he took the process and oh my God, Don, and it was gone. And then he started sending people, doctor of internal medicine, started sending people with all these phobias and anxieties and panic attacks and whatever. And yeah, it's like, cause versus symptom, neurological rather than and cellular rather than intellectual. Those kind of things are like it's a dramatic difference. And there's a reason why people are spooked by this is because it's like none of it fits. But that's like the electricity where you sent me yesterday, the day before, about they thought that electricity was
A demon spirit coming
yeah,
into your home.
yeah.
For the first 10 years, the general population wouldn't accept electricity when it was invented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that mentality.
Well, imagine if the average is 5 points in a lifetime, and we're talking about going 500 points or more in,
2 hours.
yeah, ultimately a second, but 2 hours.
Yeah, yes. Ultimately a second. Ultimately a second for the new person.
And I do see a few names on the list here that have experienced going from whatever they were at to over 700. And well, Nua was 45 minutes or an hour, but he was with you on Divinity Mountain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you there, buddy Nua? You want to share with the new people what your experience was like?
Hi guys, give me a few minutes here.
Yeah, you take your time, bud. Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
Who else we got on here?
Uh,
You scroll down there, Joel.
is Tiffany or
Tiffany's
Shannon?
there. Yeah,
Tiffany and
Tiffany was a
Shannon.
great one because Tiffany, I remember, had a lot. She had done so much personal development and spiritual development, like I had, to the point where we were halfway through the process with her, and I remember her saying like, "Oh, like I've had this, I've had this my whole life," and uh, and then when she worked with you there, it was clear that it was like, "Oh no, I haven't had this. Actually, I've had the opposite pretty much my whole life."
Yeah.
So I know how that goes. Tiffany, are you there?
Yep, I'm here. Hey,
Awesome.
y'all.
How are you doing?
Hello, Tiffany.
Hi, good. I'm good.
That's great.
What do you want me to talk about?
Why don't you just share your experience of that transformation you had with Dawn?
Oh, yeah. Um, yeah, so like you were saying, I feel like I've experienced that so many times, and I've gone through like 30 years of personal development and always like, oh, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be the thing that, like I just need the thing to just click, to just snap, to just make me like I knew I was almost there, just like 1% of, something. I knew that I was always right on the fence and I just needed that one thing to click, I guess. I didn't know what it was or what it was gonna make me do, but I feel like I had reached that point where I just needed the one more thing or the 1%. Um, and yeah, that's true. I have done things and I've experienced the divinity, the light. But the thing that I didn't understand was how to hold it or how to go back into it. Because when I would fall out of it, go back to the ego, I would just shame myself like, oh, I don't have it yet. What am I doing wrong? Like what isn't connecting for me? It was just like, what am I missing out of all this stuff that I do? And so yeah, when I went through the process the first time, um, I was super triggered by Don, and the way that he was speaking with James. Um, and then yeah, then I was talking with Sam at one point and triggered by Sam. And then he talked about, if there wasn't a wound there, it's like pouring salt, on your hand, it wouldn't hurt if there wasn't a wound. And I felt myself get defensive for half a second. And then something in me was like, they're totally right. And that's how it was with the first transformation with Dawn speaking to James. It like opened all of that up for me. And yeah, and I realized I have this wound anyway. And so then, yeah, I went through the second transformation and I could just feel that I was having, well, no, when I first went through it, I felt so great that first day. I felt so open and surrendered. And then when the stream wasn't, the internet wasn't working and we had to do it the next day, I don't know what happened. The next day, I was completely like in my ego and I was afraid and I didn't want to surrender. I think because I knew like the tough part was coming up. Like the beginning was all questions and it was easy. And I knew that the second day was going to be like, are you ready to surrender this? And my ego was, or the ego was just freaking out. Um, but anyway, yeah, so I'm really grateful that I experienced that transformation, but most importantly is holding it. So I pop out of it all the time, but I instantly can pop myself back into it now. And so I guess that's the end of that. But Jamie, I wanted to share something you said the other day when you guys were in your studio, is where you were saying you feel like you're in this other like universe and you have to come back to the 3D to even have conversations with people. And I was like, yes, that's exactly what I feel like so much of the time. And honestly, I've been thinking about it yesterday and today. I've been seeing everyone posting their updates on the I Am Divinity group chat. And I was like, why can't I come up with anything? Why am I'm not sharing and I'm not doing it right. And I realized that was the ego. But the reason why, what I realized was I, um, I don't know, I feel like everything is a miracle. And for me to stop and be like, that was something out of, that was something, and let me jot this down or remember it. I feel like that pops me out of it because I'm trying to intellectualize it to put it into a sentence or something to share with the group. Um, so yeah, anyway, I wanted to share that made so much sense for me when you said that the other day. And I was like, I feel like I'm that way a lot as well.
Awesome, Tiffany. Thank you for sharing. How do you feel about that, bud?
Well, that is true, for sure. I I spend a lot of time on the higher dimensions for sure, most time. And so it's like with Tiffany there when I was working with you, the way the ego, how it kept getting you circled back to the old program, and how you were able to break free of that. So that's the ego doesn't stop. The ego doesn't stop. The biggest mistake we make is fighting with the ego. And the most simplest thing about that is accessing our divinity, anchoring it, and saying I am, and turning your back on the ego and just pay no attention to it. And yeah, that's now without doing the process and without cleaning up all those programs and patterns, it's very, very, very difficult to do that. So taking the program like you did, Tiffany, Shannon, or New, or whoever, it's totally different, because most of the time, like 80-90% of those programs are gone. So you're not struggling with them all. And yeah, it's a big difference. Totally. Yeah. I what I'm doing is I'm perfecting being able to be in the 2 dimensions, mostly. at the same time, at the highest dimension the most. And just seeing it playing out in different ways. So anyway, the trickiness of it is what stood out for me with you, Tiffany, how it kept you coming back. Yeah, I don't know, we spent 20 minutes or something on that call, and that's what that was. Yeah, so anyway, kudos to you for being able to, I forget what the word was that you were getting triggered by, but anyway, if you remembered, let me know. So go ahead.
Didn't you want to jump off? Awesome. Well, yeah, I'm finding myself less and less interested in going to the 3D at all whatsoever.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's and communicating with others is difficult. Yeah.
Yeah. Less and less interested in that.
However, the great news is the higher we go, the more we're going to shift humanity's consciousness, and that's what we all have the same objective in mind, which is terrific, absolutely terrific. To think about, Dr. Hawkins talks about that, how it was like 1% for centuries increase, 1% for centuries. Okay, we're talking about going from 150 to 700 in 2 hours. Like, who's going to believe that? So, and then because it's so low at a mass scale, when you walk out the door, it's there. And so we need to be that much extra strong. And lots of times that out the door is our spouse or our children or whatever. And by holding it, we find that, wow, this is different. Wow, my kids are responding totally different to me now. Wow. And there's somebody on the call that has kids that have had issues, whatever they were, and they're just mellowing out. They're like, so that's awesome. It really is. That's that 3D showing you that in that world, what those things are like when we hold that light. And I mentioned about the thing I was at of where there was 500 people and there was 20 kids surrounding me, and that was most of the night, and they were just looking and staring and smiling and laughing and all of that, so they could see it. And so it's pretty awesome, actually, when we can think and when we can see that impact that we're having just by holding our light, not talking to somebody, none of that, just holding it. And people are either going to run away and get away from me, and that happens a lot, and I'm okay with that. It doesn't bother me at all. And then there's others like last night, we were coming home and sitting outside the green doors, and it was 6 or 8 kids, and they went on and on, all this fun and excitement. Yeah, just me being in my life. So that's your job. Those of you that take in the process, that's your job, is to be you. That's it. That's it. Just be you. Be that you in your light. Hold it in whatever way you can. Yeah. So there you have it.
Well, it is exciting that this is the first time in known history that we're here for the explosion of light on the planet.
Yes, it is.
And,
It truly is.
and being amongst the first ones to be responsible for that.
Yeah. Wow. To me, it's like, yeah, we've been, there's an implant for to come here to do this. And
It made sense to me when you shared the vision originally. It was like, oh, that's why I came.
yeah,
What else did I didn't come to just eat and sleep and make some money and die.
yeah, yeah, totally.
So Amy's got a question. She says she still finds herself getting mad when, for example, she sees the dishes not washed and her husband's playing video games and the kids not eating their lunch, but find junk food to eat. What can I do? She says. I feel guilty that I do my divine focus, and the next thing I see, I flip.
Well, that's the ego trying to stop you. Like when you're, say, the next thing, when you're finding a way to be in your light, and then that happens, like that's where the ego spends as much time as possible to hit you as quickly as possible before you move into that. And what that is, keeping in mind, it's a neurocellular muscle. It's a neurocellular muscle that you are strengthening. That's what it is. Okay? It's not thinking. It's neurocellular muscle. And that's where it's like, this is what I do. Let's just say I'm that person. I just turn around and I anchor my light and I just say I am, and I just hold that vibration. And then things start to happen. And if I have to, and if I have to leave or whatever, I will. But for the most part, I don't. It's like, if you look at them, what's the common denominator? I still get mad when I see the dishes not done. Okay. There's a belief about that for you, Amy. Kids not eating lunch. There's a belief about you about that. Probably the same one. Okay. And then the ego getting you to feel guilty. That's what it is. It's like noticing what's wrong, and then most times thinking the worst. Okay. And then it's like there's something still going on for you. So, for example, is it okay if I ask a couple of questions, Amy?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. So
Yep.
what meaning does that have that the dishes aren't washed by your husband before he plays a video game? What's that? What message do you get?
Usually it'll be really late at night, and then and if he doesn't sleep earlier and I don't get my things clean next morning, it's gonna be horrible. And then he's not in the perfect health condition, so sleep on time is actually critical for him.
No, you're missing the point, Amy.
Okay.
Okay. What message do you get that your husband didn't do the dishes about you? What message do you get?
I'm not supported.
And if you're not supported, what does that mean to you?
then it'll be chaos.
No, no, not the chaos. What does that mean to you? You're not supported.
I'm not loved.
Thank you. Take a bow.
Mm,
Okay? Got it?
thank you.
No, just wait. You're not done yet. Kids not eating lunch and eat junk food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What message?
I'm not appreciated.
And what's not appreciated mean to you?
They don't care about me
And if they don't
and my
care
time.
about you, what message does that mean? Do you get from that? They don't care about you. What is it?
I'm not
They don't what?
important.
Ah, so one's not loved and the other's not important.
Yes.
Those are the two pieces you have to clean up for that to stop. How it's going to stop is it won't matter.
Mm,
So how long, now listen to this carefully, everybody on this call. How long do you want to be externally referenced in meeting your needs? How long do you want someone else be responsible to love you? How long do you want someone else in charge of respecting you?
no time.
Well, you've been doing this all the time. Amy,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
do you hear me?
Yes.
When do you want to be in charge of how much love you have and how much worth you are?
Now.
How soon is now?
This second.
Wonderful. Now you get the hell back to when you did your transformation and tell me how much love you had for you. How much love you
Infinite.
were. And tell me how much
Infinite.
worth you had at that moment.
Like infinite. Like
Infinite love and infinite worth. Now put
yes.
yourself in that, right now for a moment, that state.
Yeah.
Now, see the dish is not washed.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Who's what?
No. What? The dishes
It's the
aren't
not
washed. What?
It's a dish that's not washed.
Yes, it's not about your identity, is it?
Yes.
It's about an environmental thing, isn't it?
Yes.
But you made it an identity. Am I correct?
Mm. Yes.
How long do you want your husband, your kids, your grandmother's great-grandfather's uncle to be in charge of loving you?
No one. No time.
Huh? Who do you want to love you?
Me.
When are you going to do that? When are you making that decision, Amy, that it's your responsibility to do that?
Now.
Okay? And how long are you going to do that for?
For my entire life and many to come.
Wonderful. Now, go to that place of your transformation and tell me how much love was in your system at that moment.
Infinite.
And how much worth?
I couldn't see the boundary anymore.
That's right. And how invincible do you feel?
Amazing.
Yeah, and how much work, how free do you feel?
I'm free.
Wonderful. So you got all four, and nobody did a damn thing about the dishes. Am I
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Or the food for the kids.
Mm.
So which way do you want to walk through life, Amy? In your light or in the ego?
In my light.
When?
Now.
And what's this feel like?
Amazing. Like
Yes.
the word divinity came into my mind.
Yeah, because you were divine.
Mm-hmm.
You were absolutely divine. And you had both those scenarios tied up in your identity of who you thought you were.
Mm,
Clear?
yes.
Huh. And what's that like sitting here right now, wherever you are, knowing that you are 100% in charge of your divinity, and whether you're going to be in it or not?
Powerful and invincible.
Yes. And once again, go to those two same experiences with this
Mhm.
state.
Mm,
And what are you doing or saying to your husband, if anything?
it's the dish that's not washed. When can you do it?
Yeah. Your kids eating junk food.
Well, can you put the junk food away and let's have some food?
So when do you want to start being in your light,
Now.
Amy? And you're
Now.
going to do it for 5 minutes a day? Or no? What color are your eyes?
Brown.
How long have they been brown?
Forever.
How much effort has it taken?
0.
How would you like to treat your divinity that way?
With all my heart.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And make sure you write down in bullet form how dramatically different your husband and your hubby and your children respond to you from now on. Not that
will.
it matters, because it's your job to hold that no matter what they do, say, or act. Did you get
Mhm.
that?
Yes.
How clear is that?
Crystal clear.
Wonderful. When did you decide to start it?
Well, 5 minutes ago.
Wonderful. Congratulations, Amy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Dan. I'm so moved.
You deserve this, Amy. And watch your family follow you just by you being you, without teaching or telling them anything. You just being you. Do you get that?
Mm. Yes.
So every morning, I'm sure you have a mirror in your bathroom.
Yes.
Well, you look in that mirror and have a look at your eyes.
Mm.
Oh, there's my divinity. It's the same as my eyes. Imagine that. And it's always been here.
Mm-hmm.
Got it?
Yes. Got it.
Wonderful. You send in notes of what you're noticing, okay?
I will.
And keep track in bullet form. So you can give you credit and you stay conscious of your divinity rather than unconscious of your ego.
Mm.
Do you get that?
Yes. Yes.
Because at that moment, it was you getting triggered by the unconsciousness
Mm-hmm.
of you not being in your light.
Got it.
Clear? Okay.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Dan.
You're welcome.
Congratulations, Amy. Imagine walking through life and never being triggered. Yeah. Imagine never needing anything or anyone externally because you figured out how to be infinite in love and worth without anything else. Yeah. Freeing to say the least. Hey, Mr. Don.
Yep. Yeah. Free is a good word. Yeah. Yeah. And things don't always match, don't always line up. There's decisions we have to make. And
Well, when you're not attached to them, though, it's pretty easy to let them go.
yeah, yeah. Or embrace them. Let them go or embrace whatever's the fit.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So, anyone else have something happening they'd like to share or figure out?
Eric says that's the key I am missing, not getting triggered.
Ah, well, what triggers you, Eric?
I would say just ignorant people in general, and it just seems like I'm a magnet for agents of chaos that I attract.
So, say that again. But you're not what?
I would just say that it seems like I'm like a magnet for the agents of chaos.
Wonderful. What's the best thing about magnetizing chaos?
Well, I would love to know the key to demagnetizing myself.
No, 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 no. Well, we're going there. I'm asking you a question, man.
Okay.
What's the best thing about attracting chaos?
Uh, the best thing? I don't know.
Yeah, the best thing about attracting chaos.
You can see it right in front of you.
Okay, very good. You see it right in front of you. And that, so you could do what with it?
I'm not sure.
Oh, yes, you are. Just take a second.
All right.
When you're doing something, there is a part of you that knows what you're doing and why you're doing it. Okay?
Correct.
So you can tell me all your lies if you want, but I'm not going to listen to them. So what's the best thing about having chaos in your life?
Right in front of
Right in front of your face.
Well, that I'm able to identify that it is chaos.
Wonderful. And then what are you hoping to achieve with that?
Well, I hope to then distinguish it or part ways from it as quickly
Wonderful.
as
So
I can.
okay, let's see if we can guess at what this is then. So I need to I need to attract chaos into my life so that I can be aware of the chaos so that I can do something about the chaos. Is that what I'm hearing you say?
Say it again.
I need to keep attracting chaos into my life so that I know have chaos and then I can deal with that chaos.
Wow. No, I don't want to be attracting the chaos.
No, we're not talking about I don't want to be. I'm talking about what you've been doing.
Yeah, well, yeah, you may have a point. Well, it's individuals.
I
It's
don't,
actually
no, time.
okay.
What's the best thing about attracting chaos?
Well, I think in my situation, it seems like I think I can help it some kind of way, and it never it just becomes.
No, we're not talking about the result. I'm wanting to know the reason you're doing this. So, what's the reason for attracting chaos into your life?
Wanting to help.
Oh, so let's say you can help. Let's pretend this works. What would that give you? Sense of what?
Sense
I can't
of
hear you.
sense of being useful.
Oh, being useful. Wow, okay. And that, if you were useful, that would give you what? If you're useful. I
I don't
can't
know,
hear
maybe
you.
Jamie, you can tell me. I don't know.
I'll take worth for 300, Alex.
Worth.
Yeah. So let me see. We got it right. You attract chaos into your life so that you can recognize it, so you can deal with it, so you can feel a sense of worthiness.
Yeah,
I can't hear you.
that pretty much sums it up. Yeah, it kind of seems, yeah.
No,
Bring it
no.
on.
Is it kinda? Is it
Well,
kinda or
no,
it
it's
is?
not. No, it is. It is.
Okay, good. Okay, here. Okay, so now we got I want to feel worthy. Am I correct?
Correct.
And so I attract all this chaos into my life.
And people not respecting me.
And people not respecting you, which is part of the unworthy. Just to flip the head and the tail of the same coin. Got that?
Yeah.
And you do that so you can overcome it, so you can feel worthy by having overcome it. Agreed?
Agreed.
Huh. How long have you been doing this, Alex? How long have you been doing this, Alex?
Here, quite some
Alex?
time.
How?
No,
No.
his name's Eric.
Oh, Eric, sorry.
Alex is the Jeopardy guy. I was
Okay.
just joking.
Eric,
I feel
how
like
long you been
Trebek
doing
right
it?
now.
Alex, yeah. I'll take my whole life for 1,000.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Eric, how
For
long you
some
been doing
time.
this? How long?
I would say 15 years, maybe.
And add another 30.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, we're up to 45.
Yeah, probably all my life, maybe. Yeah.
Oh, probably all your life, Eric?
Well, when I'm conscious enough to recognize
No,
it,
probably all your life, Eric?
all my life, all my life.
Thank you. Okay. And you're what?
And I'm what?
What age? What age?
I'm 56.
56. Okay. So for 56 years, you've been attracting chaos into your life to overcome the chaos so you can feel a sense of worthiness.
Yes.
Wonderful. Nice, solid, direct answer. So how much worth have you achieved in that 55, 6 years?
56.
56 years.
Yeah.
How much worth have you got stored up?
Not much.
How much is not much?
None.
None. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to go to a university and I want you to tell them that you have this amazing strategy. Okay? Now, what it is how to build your worth.
It's a 56-year program.
56-year program.
Yeah, accredited.
You're doing it your whole life. And how much worth do you have stored up?
None.
0. So let me see, we got the math right, okay? Math was one of my best subjects, math and science. So I'm pretty sure I can help you with this, adding the math up. So you've been doing this for 56 years. You have 0 results And you want to show these university students how to replicate this. What's that sound like, Eric?
The Trail of Tears.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's how the ego has kept you trapped for 56 years. How long do you want to listen to the ego, Eric?
No, no more time at all.
No more time at all. Did you take the process?
Yes,
And were
couple
you
of
free of
times.
that? What?
a couple of times, myself and my
Okay,
wife.
good. What's that?
Myself and my wife.
Oh, okay, good. And when you finished, was the chaos going on when you were finished?
No,
It was gone?
it was gone.
For how long? An hour, a
Until
day, a week? What?
Several days until I allowed.
No, never mind. I'm not interested in the until.
Okay.
How many days?
About a week.
Let's go with 7 days, Eric.
Okay.
Okay, for 7 days, you weren't attracting chaos into your life.
No,
Huh? You did that, correct?
I did it.
Yes, you did. And tell me how different that felt than to the chaos.
It felt normal.
That's because it is natural. That's your natural state, your divine state. And you allowed the ego to come in and trick you out of your divine state and attract chaos once again as a way to overcome chaos so that you could feel something that you already had. How crazy is that, Eric?
It's pretty crazy.
What?
Pretty crazy.
So what are you going to do, bud?
Not attracted.
No, we're not doing that.
Stay in my light.
Thank you. Got it?
Yes.
You're not having anything to do with chaos, including not attracted. I am going to be in my divinity, where my worth is, my divineness is, and where my heart is wide open. All of that. What's that feel like, Eric?
It feels divine.
Yes, it is. When are you going to start this program, bud?
This moment.
Wonderful. Let me know how it goes in the next 6 months.
I will.
You're damn right. Every single day, as soon as you open your eyes in the morning, boom, that's your state. And just, what color are your eyes?
Brown.
Okay, how long have they been brown?
My whole life.
How much effort?
None.
Well, you damn well look in that bathroom mirror as soon as you get up and see those brown eyes, knowing that that's your divinity. Clear?
Crystal.
And if you go out, don't argue, don't twist, don't fight, don't disagree, don't beat yourself up, don't do any of that. Just come back to your light. Come back to your worth, your divinity. How much worth is your divinity, Eric?
Infinite.
Yeah. And you're effing around in a whirlpool of toxicity. Imagine the ego tricking you to do that. So are you going to beat yourself up because you did it for 56 years, or you're going to fully embrace it now for the next 56?
No, I'm totally embrace it. I've been in my light several times for months, and you're right. I give it up to
Yeah. Doesn't that-
participate in the chaos. It's like how, and I don't know why, but
yeah. Hey, no, here, never mind. Here's what it is. The ego tricked you. It's that simple. Okay. To put more value to chaos than to your light. Clear?
Bristow.
So I want you to hold out both your hands.
We're out.
Okay. In the left, put the chaos. In the right, put your divinity. And tell me what they look like.
My chaos is heavy, and my right hand is very light. My divinity is just light.
Yeah, it is. So how long do you want to drag a whole junkyard of steel around of your,
I don't.
and how would you like to have this light as a feather energy of your beautiful divinity?
Right now.
I can't hear you. What?
Right now.
Good. Now,
I could actually
Congratulations.
I could actually feel my neck tensing up with my left arm.
what are you telling me?
I could actually feel the weight in my left hand and my arm and my neck.
Huh? And what about your right? What do you feel in that one?
I don't feel anything. It's just light.
Oh, come on. Is that right? Wow, what a coincidence.
Wow.
So which one are you going to walk through life with, Eric?
Well, I don't
What? I can't hear you.
with my right, my divinity.
Okay, and how would you like that to instantly spread to your left?
That's great. That would yes.
What?
That would be great. I would want
That would be great?
Well, that
Or it
is
is
great.
great?
It is
Oh,
great.
okay. I thought you said would be.
I did. It is great. You're right.
Okay, bud.
There's a battle going on here. There's
Only because you're allowing the battle.
yeah, right.
Only because you're not 100% sold on being in your light.
Wow.
So I want you to think of a decision you made that you never reversed. How many times did you get divorced?
Once.
Huh? Do you have any kids?
Two.
Did you get rid of any of them?
No.
How come?
They're my kids.
Yeah, what about that? How valuable are they?
There's no price to them.
That's right. And your divinity has no price. Imagine dragging in chaos into that beautiful energy. So which is it going to be?
Divinity, 100%.
When?
Now.
Have you made that decision?
Yes, I have.
Wonderful. Congratulations. You keep track in bullet form how dramatically different your life is from now on. And you share that with the group.
I will.
And I'll hold you to it. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Way to go, Eric. Happened to the best of us, bud. Yeah, imagine that, hey? Just trying to get your worth outside yourself your whole life. Never works. And even after getting your light, going back to trying it that way. I did it a couple times. 3, to be exact.
Yeah. So super congrats, Eric.
Yes, decision made.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Anyone else? Like that big heart of yours there, Shannon?
Anyone else something to share? Question?
I have a question.
She sounds familiar.
Yeah,
Hi.
Janet. I had a sister named Janet.
Yeah. You're just-
You go ahead, Janet. We're listening.
Well, I did send you a message. Just feeling, I guess it's like after the divinity, I get confused. I don't know. I just sometimes I don't feel inspired to take the necessary action to take my life to the next level. I don't know of that. I don't know. But that's what's coming up.
So you'd like to keep it at a lower level.
Mm. No.
No, no, wait now. That's what
I
you said.
will.
So how much lower, Janet? Like if we're talking 1,000%, how much lower?
How much lower than 1,000%?
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, if I thought about today, it might be like 300
Okay. You drop 300 or down to 300?
down to 3.
Wonderful. Congratulations. That's quite an accomplishment, Janet.
It's a big jump.
Yeah, drop. Not
Drop.
jump, drop.
You could jump down.
Okay.
But yeah, drop.
Down to 300. So what's the best thing about being in this low vibration of 300, Janet?
Well, nothing.
No, no. Oh, no,
There's
no, no, no.
something,
That's not how this
obviously.
works. What? What?
I said,
Words
well,
speak.
nothing, but obviously there's something. So,
Very
Um,
obviously.
Well, you wouldn't have to put your video on. That's for one thing.
okay. Um,
There she is.
There you
I-
go.
I don't know.
So-
I guess it keeps me safe of some sort.
Oh, it keeps you safe from what?
From my light.
Okay, very good. Let me see now. I just want to make sure I heard you right.
At least she's honest.
Yeah, very honest, which is awesome. Okay. So
Mhm.
you need to protect yourself from your light
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's so harmful. It keeps harming you, correct?
Mm. Sounds like that.
Does it? Does your light harm you?
Well, no,
Well, no or no?
no.
Okay. So you just said it protects you. So that's your protection at 300
Mhm.
from being in your light. Correct? That's what you're saying. If I got it right?
Yeah.
Huh? Protect you from what?
What does it protect me from? I don't know,
You're
more
in your head too much.
responsibilities?
What?
More responsibilities?
Oh, more responsibilities. Huh? Because what happens when you have all these responsibilities?
You're responsible for other people more than yourself. So more
Oh, so
people.
you put other people ahead of you in importance.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what I heard you just say?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you made other people important. And how you do that is drop from 1,000 to 300 or 700, whatever. 700 to 300 or 1,000 to 300. And so you make them more important than you.
Mm.
And then that's where your importance comes in, or responsibility. Am I close to being accurate here or what?
Yeah. Yes.
And so, and what are you hoping to achieve by doing that?
By staying at 300?
Yeah.
Well,
What do you want to
nothing.
get? No, 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 impossible. Nope. There's
Okay.
no such word as nothing for this.
Mm.
When
What
was
do
the
I-
last time you did a whole lot of thing for nothing?
Whole lot of thing for nothing?
Yeah.
What I always give for nothing.
Uh-huh. So let's come back
Okay.
to the 300. What do you want from that? Instead of at 700, I'm dropped to 300. For what?
To be safe.
From?
The light.
Well, but there's something else. It's the safe from all the responsibility.
Right.
Am I correct?
Yeah.
So what's that like?
Mm.
Having all that responsibility. Like if you had put that in the category of weight, this responsibility, how heavy would that be?
Very heavy.
Yeah. Like how heavy? How, like, what would that be like?
To the point where I can't get off the couch.
Yeah. That's how heavy you've created it.
Mm.
Agreed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's just leave that there for a sec. Take your thumb, little finger, left hand.
Mm-hmm.
Take your thumb, little finger, left hand, and just feel that weight at 300. All that responsibility. Got that?
Yeah.
Put a color to that energy.
Okay.
And put a shape to it.
Okay.
Now just set that to the side for a sec. Now come to, what's the name of that? Let's go to Discovery Beach. Janet. Are you here yet?
Yep.
And you've just had your transformation. And how heavy is this?
My left hand.
No. How heavy is it? Let your left hand go.
Mm.
How heavy is this here at Discovery Beach?
Mm. Well, nothing's heavy.
How
when
heavy
I'm
is
there.
this? What?
It's not heavy.
Not heavy? So are you telling me it's light?
Yeah.
How light?
It has no weight.
Huh? No, it doesn't have weight, does it?
Mm.
Agreed?
Yeah.
Who's creating the weight?
Me.
Who's creating the light?
Me.
Which one do you want to live in?
The light.
When do you want to do that?
Right now.
Can you do that at 300?
No.
No. So who's doing that? Wait.
Me.
Yeah. Now, let's say there's a ton of responsibilities, but you're doing them from 1,000 or 700. Let's just stay to 700. And what happens to all those responsibilities at 700?
Mm. Well, they're still there as responsibilities, but it's not my responsibilities.
And how heavy are they?
They're not heavy.
No, they're not. He's not heavy. He's my brother.
Why do we do that to ourselves?
No, why do you do that to yourself?
Yeah.
What's the best thing about creating weight?
Nothing.
Just so you know why you do what you do. Just ask him.
Oh, yeah. Well, it keeps me safe.
How does creating this weight keep you safe?
Well, the old programming, it's from responsibilities.
Uh-huh. Right. So go to 700, and what happens to the responsibilities?
They disappear.
Huh. Wow. Does that mean that you don't do anything anymore?
No.
Or they just don't have any weight to them?
Yeah, they don't have any weight to them.
How would you like to walk through life with whatever responsibilities, and they're all as light as a feather?
That would be amazing.
Yeah. When would you like that program to start, Janet?
Right now.
What?
Right now.
And you know what the best thing is about this? Is that you created both. That means what?
That I can uncreate them.
Wonderful. How long does that take now that you know this process?
0.1 second.
Uh-huh. So see the Janet on the left with all that heavy burden of responsibility.
Mhm.
And notice what that feels like around your worth. How much worth are you here?
With the Janet on the left with responsibilities.
Yeah.
Worth on whatever action she takes.
Yeah. And how much action can be taken when when it's this heavy?
Nothing.
Oh, so you have no value here, no worth here.
Mhm.
Am I correct? Am
Yeah.
I correct?
Yeah.
How long do you want to do this, Janet?
Never again.
Huh? Are you sure you've had enough of doing this to yourself?
Yeah.
Because what are you wanting? Once again?
What am I wanting?
Yeah.
To just live life.
What?
To live life with love and authenticity and light.
Yeah. And how much value would you like to carry, knowing you're divine?
How much value? What? Sorry?
How much value would you like to have at the same time, knowing that you're divine? How much value is that?
You can't put a price on it.
No. Or a weight to it. Agreed?
Yeah.
So, which is it going to be, Janet?
The light, divinity.
Are you sure? What?
Yeah. Yes, I'm sure.
Yeah. Okay, good. Close your eyes and go into that beautiful radiant light. Sitting on that beach. Got it?
Hmm.
How would you like to keep this, Janet?
I would. Yes.
Thumb first finger, right hand. Is it okay to let the, and take your thumb, little finger, left hand? Is it okay to let the left go?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You don't want to keep any of it?
No.
You're sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So let your thumb, little finger, left hand go. Give your hand a shake. Good. Now take your thumb and first finger, left hand. Now link them both together like a chain link fence, your left and right hand.
Hmm.
Say, I am.
I am.
And what's this like? How much burden do you have here?
Nothing.
Huh? How much responsibility do you have?
Nothing.
Huh? So are you going to quit your job, or
No.
are you just going to flow through it?
Mm. Gonna flow through it.
What's that?
Flow through it.
Yeah. And how heavy is it?
Not heavy.
No. I am.
I am.
Congratulations, Janet. Now think of all the responsibilities. You got a ton of responsibilities. All the people, all. What's this like here?
Great.
Yes. Wonderful. So now can you allow yourself to be even more successful, knowing how light it is to be in your light?
Yeah.
And when do you want to start that program?
Right now.
Congratulations. Thanks for sharing.
Mm. Thank you.
You're welcome, Jim.
Well, thank you always.
So for those of you that haven't taken the process, I was able to do things quickly with Janet. She has taken the process. And so there would be more questions if it was something different, but Eric is an example of that. Yeah. Go ahead.
Good old love worth, huh?
Yeah.
I can see why you put those two together as one word,
Yeah.
love worth.
Yeah. Love worth.
Yeah, I recall taking on other people's responsibilities in order to be more worthy and get love from them. Guess how much worth and love I got
I don't know,
doing it that
Jamie.
way.
Well, I'm not sure. Did you measure it? Like, is there like,
did.
could you put it in a container, or could you put it on a scale, or?
Yeah, it was like a full circle.
Oh. Yeah, people
Yeah.
pleasing,
Yeah,
all of those kind of things. Yeah,
yeah. Doing everything for everyone
yeah,
without them having to ask
yeah,
and then resenting them for you choosing to do it.
yeah, yeah. Not turning out the way they wanted, or taking it away from them because now they got this program, let's say Eric, and now it's like, oh my God, I don't have any response. What was his word? I forget what it was.
Eric's was Chaos.
Chaos,
Yeah.
yeah. My chaos is gone. What am I going to do?
I'm not worthy without my chaos.
Yeah. So that's why these programs have to be figured out ahead of time before it's released. Okay? Because if you did that, like if I had done something with the Eric there, just did a couple of pieces, put color and shape to it and anchored and collapsed them, he would have went into turmoil internally. And so the positive intention has to always be found out before you remove something. And they have to give the okay. So those are all pieces.
And agree it's not working.
Yeah, they have to agree not working before we even get to the 10 step. About the second one, oh, yeah, no, doesn't work. They have to make that decision. You have to make that decision. It doesn't work. That's it. Because if you do something after, it will be complete chaos for that person internally. Complete.
Well, there you have it. We have somewhat of an announcement to make. Don and I were just chatting before this stream. I had him agree and sign in blood that we're going to do 2 programs a month from now on. So we'll continue these daily live streams wherever we are. And then twice a month on the 7th and the 22nd, which is the day of my birthday and the day of Don's birthday. On the 7th, we'll be doing the transformation for new people. So for first time transformation. Of course, those of you that have done it before, you're welcome to join that. But that's the one that you can invite new people to. And then on the 22nd, we'll be doing the existing members to go deeper and evolve acceleration up to Godhead mode. For those of you that are ready for
Supreme
that.
Godhead.
Supreme, yeah.
Because once again, our whole objective is to raise humanity's consciousness to 700.
Yeah.
And we are constantly back and forth trying to figure out what's the best strategy. How do we do that? And of course, we're constantly guided in one way or another by the divineness in us. And at the level we're at, we're constantly listening to that guidance, you know, and I spend almost all of my time in intuition rather than intellect and those kind of things. So it's a waste of time most times for me. And so just that intuitive, I never like I worked with someone yesterday evening that I'd worked with before, and I just sat there and just started asking questions. So it just kept coming. I ask a question, you give an answer. So no memorization, nothing. Just I'm following that internal guidance of the divine. And yeah, so that's what we're doing.
Exciting.
Yeah, it is very exciting.
So that's starting March. So the first one will be March 7th for the new ones, and March 22nd for the accelerators. Tiffany asks, what day of the week do we invite the ETs and go to other universes?
That's a good one, Tiffany. Well, you can, you know, I chat with them. Actually, when we were in Dubai,
Yes.
what was the name of the hotel? Address or something?
The Address Beach Resort. Yep.
The Address Beach Resort. I had a big room there, a hotel, condo, and outside was it was a what do you call it outside? What was that? I can say,
Outside.
like outside the doors, sliding doors.
Oh,
Balcony. I'm having trouble accessing English at language. So balcony. And there is the largest Ferris wheel. Or the largest Ferris wheel in the world was just about, well, it was 10-minute walk. 10-minute walk from me. And so I would go out and sit on the balcony at 4 a.m, and there's the stars and everything. And my ET friends would come in through the portal of the Ferris wheel. And we would have this wonderful engagement of communication. And yeah, that was pretty pretty awesome. And then
You never invited me, by the way.
well, he doesn't do 4 o'clock in the morning. See, that's so he was never around.
Till now. Today I did.
And I just found out just yesterday or the day before, I thought I impregnated 1 billion ETs, but it wasn't 1 billion. It was 3 billion. So that'll probably scare a few people away. But anyway.
Yeah, quite the filter we got over here at IAMDIVINITY. So yeah, March 11 to 16, we locked in Dr. Stephen Greer.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we'll have some fun updates on those days in the streams.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that, and that's where I went. That's how it happened. It was going to Borrego Springs, California. It was at that time Dr. Greer was having 2 of them a year. And I saw it on, you know, how I saw it is another thing, but I noticed it, and Rosie, she had a ranch up in the interior of BC, and she had gone to bed already, and I was just on the internet or whatever, and here I noticed this. So I called right away. I sent a text and got approved, got accepted. And then the next morning, Rosie said, "You were up awful late. What was going on with you?" I said, "Oh, I found something about the extraterrestrials. I'm going to Borrego Springs, California to spend a week with Dr. Greer." "Well, you're not doing that by yourself." "Oh, okay, Rosie." So she came with me, and yeah, it was quite the interesting thing that happened in that 7 days. It was beyond when you think about some of the things that we say here, and it was at a completely another level. And I'll just tell you the first one. I'll just open the door to the first one. Okay, just open the door to the first one. So we met Dr. Greer. We had a big house, and there was 25, I think it was. So there was 35 or so altogether, counting all his team. And so we would meet at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then he'd meet for, I think, 3 hours. And then we would meet again at 10 or 11 at night. I think it was 10. And so we went, and on that, had the first meeting, explained everything. And then we met at this dry gulch. And anyway, we were out there, and they had all these lights shining, and Dr. Greer was bringing them in with his flashlight, not the ordinary one or whatever. And everyone was, "Oh, there's a spaceship. Wow, that's interesting. Oh, there's that." And went on and on. And I'm thinking, this is a bunch of bullshit. I don't see anything. And and so I said, what a waste of time. And so the next morning, Rosie had a lady that could read energies and whatever, and she had told me that when I do my divine focus, which I called infinite awareness at that time, that when there's going to be a kind of a little bit of a mountain behind you, and that's where you do your infinite awareness. So I'm walking back, so it was like about a quarter of a mile back to climb up this mountain, and I'm getting there, and these 6 beings came to see me. I said, yeah, we know who you are, and we want what you have. And I'm thinking, okay, I can actually see them. I can actually see them. So, you know, I needed proof. And we met 2 to 3 times a day for 7 days, well, 6 more. And it was incredibly interesting. So the ET pieces, we might do something on that if there's enough interest. So
Well, there you have it.
yeah, that's so lots of interesting shifts and changes, and you know, going from working with in the personal development, shifting from negative beliefs to positive beliefs, and 12-step programs and all of that, what we have now. I can understand if it's like, these guys are weird, you know.
That's true.
Weird because
Not normal.
very few is at this level. And so there's that, like the electricity. What did they say? It was demons or something, or demonic energy?
Yeah, demon spirits.
Yeah, demon spirits.
Yeah.
Demon spirits. Anyway.
I've heard that one a few times.
Yeah. So anyway, it's
Yeah, and it says sign me up for the ET program.
okay, Jenna. Yeah. I will say, I don't know if I said this or not when I was mentioning them before. It's like, it wasn't 1 billion that I impregnated. It was 3 billion. Yeah.
Tiffany and Amy are in too.
Okay. Way to go, ladies.
Yes.
Super, congrats. Okay. Yeah. I don't get an opportunity. I don't get an opportunity to do that one much. It's just like, yeah, no, I'm having trouble getting people to comprehend the whole going from 200 to 700. Okay, like 200 to 700 on the consciousness scale. And so anyway, it's an unbelievably exciting life that we lead, Jamie and I. Yeah, there's so much happening. So exciting. There's never a dull day, dull moment. And yeah, and so be prepared. Just you asking that. Yeah, a week is a lot to commit to. But I'm all in on something like that. Yep. It's that simple. It was well worth it for me to have access to the ETs, and then having access, us communicating back and forth on a regular basis. Sometimes I forget about them for a while, and then they show up and get my attention. And it's kind of like Eric, you know, like seeing those different energies. Only this is ETs. Yeah. And it's pretty crazy. all those. So what I will do, I'll maybe share one of them at a time or something, but we'll figure it out now that I understand that there's an interest. Yeah. So
Well, just to wrap up, Gilbert has a question from a friend. It's a bit of a
Yeah, it's pretty long. Sorry about y'all. It's just that he was
Oh.
quite insistent with it. So I just wanted to see, just so I can ease his mind. I tried to give him
so
the
you go ahead
explanation.
and you go ahead and share it to us, and then we can answer. I thought you were saying you couldn't come on and say it, but go ahead, Gilbert.
Oh no. He couldn't come on. That's his text message that he put underneath my Facebook
okay,
page.
could you summarize it? Could you just summarize it?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I should have done that prior. I just barely got on. I'm sorry. So he says, I never realized I was doing okay. Dang. He said he was doing the divine focus without realizing he was doing it to the and he goes, the other is that even though this is not in any way intellectual, why does the divine focus still feel like self-improvement? Only reason I ask is that this is because it feels as if I'm improving with this practice by doing, being, and practicing being in my divinity. Whereas before I was doing this, I wasn't, and nothing was improving with myself and my life. Also, to me, in a way, it still feels like I am improving because I am doing something that is bettering myself and my life by removing the ego and having me be in my divinity.
Okay, so
I know it's
just on that,
it's
Gilbert.
intense.
No, just on that, this is not improving.
I tried telling him that.
So
Okay,
that's what he's asking, is why is it not improving? Because it feels
Okay.
like he's improving. but
okay, so let's go another way. Okay, what color are your eyes, Gilbert?
Oh no,
I'm
it's
going to use
brown.
you as an example.
Okay,
I'm just
roger that.
I'm just using that. He's
Perfect,
not on the
okay.
call. I'm just going to ask you, what color are
Roger.
your eyes?
They are brown
How long have they been brown?
since I was born.
And how much of a growth was that?
No growth whatsoever because they stayed
Oh,
the same color.
it's what? It's what?
Because they've been the same color. It hasn't changed. It's always been brown. So doesn't get browner. I'm not sure if it gets browner, but I don't think it does. Hello? Ooh. I think it cut off. Ooh.
There. The ego got in the way. Stay tuned.
That was interesting, right? Hey, okay, so I'm not going crazy on here. It did blank out. I thought it was my reception, but I have a lot of bars.
No, they're offline right
Um,
now. So I'm sure they're trying to connect again.
That is interesting. Well, how you doing? Hey.
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. Took a beating today at boxing, but I'm here. I'm still here.
They can hear it?
Oh, I can hear somebody. Is that you, Don? A little faint in the background, but I can hear you. Wow. Maybe that was the cue because it needs to wrap up or something. It's like when they try to grab somebody off the stage with that cane or something. That's interesting. All right. Maybe we can talk about on the next one, just to answer for him. I know it's helpful. But at least
Okay,
he's
can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. That was weird.
Okay, we're back. Yeah, tech died.
All right. Well, welcome back.
So we were at what color of your eyes? How much improvement did it
Oh, yeah,
take?
some growth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So
And it's no improvement. It didn't get browner.
it didn't
It's
get
still
browner.
brown.
Over all those years, it didn't get browner. Am I correct?
No, yes, I'm correct. I'm pretty sure.
Can you put it on the TV?
Okay. It's either my eyes are brown or they're green.
Mhm.
And what I'm telling you is if you're in a growth program, you're in limiting beliefs, negative to positive. Okay, that's growth. And I'm talking about, no, my eyes are blue. They've always been blue. And what's happening is becoming aware, oh, my eyes are blue.
Mhm.
And I might have been told my whole life they were green, and I believed, or they were red, or they were orange, or whatever.
Mhm.
But this is who I am.
Yeah.
This is who I am. And
Yeah.
what looks like growth is really you comprehending. Get it here. Is that slide that you had? So that it's wow, fly, get it away. It's like the light is either on or off. It's not a gradated light. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm either in my light or I'm not.
Mhm.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
My eyes
Yeah.
are brown or they're blue. They're not. It's getting more and more blue as I go, more and more, more and more and more. That's the growth program. And that's
Yeah.
not what this is. And what it is an understanding of how powerful we are and who we truly are.
Yeah.
And when you lock it in that time, your first time, that's it. It's 1,000%. There is no growth to it.
Hmm.
All that happens is you give it up and you bring it back again. You give it up and you bring it back again. Or you put things in the way to stop you from having that. That's what it is.
The last
Yeah.
piece of that was what's the difference between meditation and divine focus?
Well, meditation is a growth program. You're trying to evolve, There are some pieces I will do what I can to get some information that will help explain it. But they're two entirely different things. One is mental and one is solid divinity. And mental, it's the mental exercise, all of that. That's the meditation and trying to control your thoughts.
The chanting.
The chanting, whatever's. And it's like, no, I'm in my light. How long does it take to be in my light? Half a second. And you can keep it there all day. And that's it. So there's no meditating to.
Yeah.
I do my divine focus. I have a state that I get in and I hold it. Done. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
try to explain it. Go ahead.
so there's no growth to that.
Exactly.
No
Yeah.
growth.
Yeah, I tried telling him that we were born with full potential, and then that along the way we got caked on with mud, and you just taught us how to uncake ourselves, and so it's just our full potential. It looks like improvement, but it's just an illusion.
Yeah.
That's what I tried telling him.
And what it
But
is, that illusion is him having difficulty grasping that. Just like me with the first night with the ETs. It's a bunch of bullshit. And yet the next morning, there they were. Okay. So,
thank you.
and most are, they're
Yeah,
going
I
to,
hope that helps him
Yeah.
understand.
yeah, if he's taken the process, that's one thing, but if he hasn't, it's not going to make any sense anymore.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and ask him again, but it sounded like he went through it, but I'll definitely double check on that for you guys. So
Yeah.
appreciate the response. I'm sure
You
he'll
bet.
appreciate it too. Thank
Okay.
you.
Take care.
Great to see you, Gilbert.
So there we have it. Yeah. 12 o'clock.
Yeah. So yeah, update on Sam. He's integrating from last night. the first time and you probably attest to this, but the first time I saw him fully surrender all the intellect system.
Yeah.
So that's really exciting. Seeing him step into that power. And he's just tying up the last few pieces on our affiliate partnership system. So that will be ready to go for sure by March 1st, maybe sooner, but we'll save March 1st because that will give us enough time to launch everything. We'll play the partnership video here for those of you that are interested in being part of this vision. And after that, we'll have the onboarding call with Will to help you get into the system, or you have people that you want to help get in the system. And then we'll see you guys tomorrow, same time.
Yeah, very good. I really appreciate the participation by the Erics and the Janets and Tiffany. Was it Tiffany?
Yeah, Tiffany, Eric,
Tiffany.
Janet. Yep.
Yeah. So super congrats on that.
Yes.
It makes it a lot easier when you're back and forth with somebody rather than just me saying
And
things.
Amy.
And Amy.
Yes, Amy
Yeah.
shared as well.
So I really enjoyed that interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That definitely makes it fun for us.
Yeah.
This is the
Hi
new
there,
time.
my name's Jamie Devine. Welcome to I Am Divinity. I'm super excited for you to embark on this journey. Just congratulations for even finding I Am Divinity. My journey has been over 16 years of personal development, spiritual programs, multiple religions. I've been an entrepreneur since the age of 13. I never had a regular job. And so going through all of that, showing up to Don Smith 4 years ago to take his instant and permanent transformation, first of all, sounded a little hard to believe because I had done so much work and I still had all my shit. I was still an alcoholic, a weed addict, a narcissist. My financial gains in business and investing would shoot up and then cut right down and start over, shoot up, cut right down, and I could never hold my success. Going through his program, it was about 2 hours. All of my toxic patterns and programs were completely gone. Literally just gone in a second. And I can't even describe how liberating that moment was for me. But right after that, I told Don, I said, I don't want to do any of the business that I'm currently doing. I woke up to my purpose for coming to the planet when Don told me his vision of raising humanity's consciousness to the level of 700 on the scale, enlightenment, which was the cause of all causes. The level of consciousness is the cause of all of our individual and collective problems on the planet. And so to finally have that solution, experiencing that solution for myself, I just wanted to tell everyone and anyone that would listen. And of course, with all my entrepreneur background and my skills in marketing, I made an agreement with Don so that I could just, literally my job would be to hold my light and share my light with others and bring them to the process and actually get compensated for it. And so I'm super excited to announce that we've now created this entire system for you too. Now imagine that, being able to go through this instant and permanent transformation for yourself, be liberated of all your toxic patterns and programs, literally within a couple hours. And then on top of that, being able to have all your financial fuel and energy and livelihood come from this divine system. And so there's a few pieces to it. Number one, we have an affiliate partnership program. So you're a partner. Your job is to hold your light, share your light, and anyone that's attracted to it, bring them to the program, and we pay out 30% of all the financial part of the system to you. That's the first part. The second part is my experience in the financial realm took me into Forex and crypto over the last 10 years. And I've been through all the roller coaster rides, all the ups and downs, all the scams and schemes. And we landed on just a couple people that were actually full of integrity, that have actually gone through the divinity process, and that are like nothing else. So our Forex fund is ran by an institutional trader. And if you've ever done anything in the financial realm in Forex, 99% of the retail space, the average everyday person, It's a scam. It's a scheme. You're going to lose your money. Maybe you're one of the few that got in early and took the money from the others, but eventually it collapses. I've seen them come and go over the years. But this institutional trader, he has 7 years of experience, and we have his entire track record of his strategy. He has an algorithm. He spent over $20 million in development up to this point. And so even with all that being said, there's still no guarantees. Of course, when it comes to investing, please only risk what you can afford. But we found something that's more solid than I've ever experienced, and it's where our personal funds are. And so you'll have access to that as well. His team has produced over the last 7 years on average 50 to 60% per year on the funds. And you don't have to do anything. You open up the brokerage account, our team will help you do that, and you park your funds there like you would a bank account, and his algorithm trades on all of the accounts. And so we can expect a 50 to 60% if it's anything like the previous average. But again, all the past performance never guarantees anything in the future. Just please be mindful of that. And then the last piece is our crypto fund. Now the crypto fund is very time sensitive. So a good friend of mine, Josh, who's handling the crypto fund, he's become an expert at this stuff. That's all he does every day. He goes and researches the top legitimate projects in crypto. To give you an example, in 2021, which was the last crypto bull run, Josh on his personal portfolio did over 8,000% that year, 8,600 to be exact. And so this was a kid that was 21 at the time and had his life savings in crypto and became a millionaire over that year of investing. And so just this last year, Josh told me, hey, I'm going to do what I did last bull run, but I'm going to open it to a few friends and family. I said, Josh, no problem. I trust you. I sent him the funds for myself, and then I said, Josh, I want to open this up to our entire community. He said, well, I don't know if legally that's a little tough. I said, don't worry, I'll work on that. And we created Divine Markets, which is a legal entity to be able to facilitate this, both the Forex fund and the crypto fund. And so we overcame that, and Josh is exclusively handling all the crypto for our community. And his target for the next year is 1,000%, about a 10x on the funds. And again, there's absolutely no guarantees. Please only risk what you can afford to risk. And so that's it. That's the overview. It's pretty simple. You got the affiliate partnership program, which again is just going to share the financial part with you so that you can actually create a network and an income for yourself while holding your light and sharing your light. Which, by the way, going through this process, we wouldn't be able to pay you to not tell people about it, because you're just going to be radiating and people are going to be attracted to you. And so we just wanted to create a system where we're all partners in this to reach that goal of 114 superheroes of light that are holding this and shifting humanity's consciousness. And so I welcome you to be a part of that vision and mission and part of our team. And I'm excited for you to go through your process. By the way, all of this financial part is only exclusively available to those of you that have gone through the process and committed to that. So it's not going to be available to anyone else. So what a bonus, what a reward for accessing your light and holding it, that you get access to an institutional trading fund that you wouldn't be able to get access to unless you had $250,000 and you accredited investor and all those things that the institutions look for. So we created a bridge for you on that. And the crypto fund, unless you know someone like Josh, and even if you did, it's not cheap or easy to get involved with those things. But we've made it easy for those of you that go through this process. It's a $500 minimum on the Forex fund, $500 minimum on the crypto fund. So that's it. I'm excited for you, and we'll see you on the other side. It's pretty cool.
Awesome. Great presentation.
I don't have to say it ever again. Just play the video.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, same with
With
mine.
yours, yeah.
Yeah.
Never have to do an intro again.
Yeah.
So there you go. There you have it. We'll see you tomorrow, the same time, every day. We've committed to these. Moving forward, as of March, we'll have our 2 programs. Number 1, for the new people,
their first time transformation will be on the 7th each month, and for those of you accelerating your process, on the 22nd. And we have the onboarding call right now, so you can jump on that. We'll just put the link in the chat. And if you need help getting in the system, or you have people that do, we're there every single day right after these live streams to help you on board. Thanks for all the participants today. That was fun. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, it was interaction. Love it.